Hello, friends. How about making a chicken on my little machine? I used to have a lot of them. My mom used to make them for me out of fabric. Never did that on machine. So, hey, I'm going to try it. So, I'm just casting on my black yarn. As you can see, it's manually. First row is always, good to do it by hands like that. One in the front, one on the back, and then going to your tension and secure it all together, and it's time to crank. I have a slower video on how to cast on and cast off on my channel, so make sure to check that out. Okay, so now I'm on a mission to make 50 rows of it, and then we're just going to cast off. Okay, all is done. So now I'm just going to cut, I would say, a 12 inches tail, put it all inside my circle and make the full crank. And then, of course, as you can see, is I have a tapestry needle right at the end, and I'm just going to cast all the stitches off one by one. But it's, again, you can see the slower version of that right on my channel. Okay, so all is off. Time to work on our chicken a little bit more. So now, as you can see, is I do have a long tube that I am on a mission now to simply reduce to half by inserting my crochet hook and pulling one end through the inside of it to the other, and then simply tying a knot. And this is literally how you do make your hats, but because the tube is so small, I don't want to stick my whole hand in there. So that's it, all is done. And now I'm just trying to obviously secure it, tie that knot, and then use the one of those threads there as the piece that I'm going to work on the other side. So what I'm going to do is just use my crochet hook, pull one of those tails again back in the middle, and then simply start closing those two sides. So what I like to do is to simply, for the first two stitches that I'm closing off, I do like to actually do single crochet twice in each. So my goal here is to create the little flare, and I hope it's either going to be the head of our chicken or the tail, one or the other, but we do want it to have a slight little tail. So I'm just repeating that double stitching of simple crochet in each little stitch, I guess, that I'm creating for the 4 rows. Okay, so when you get there, when you're done, well, use your stuffing. And my stuffing is, again, my crumbled yarn that I'm just going to nicely distribute all around the inside of it, and trying to see, you don't want to actually to make too bulky, but you do want it to make it full. So I am just trying to wage what I could possibly do. And it seems like this chicken is, the yarn, obviously, is doing a pretty good job. Okay, so now my chicken is stuffed. I do have some kind of body, and I will continue crocheting, but this time I will work one crochet, single crochet in each stitch. No more doubles. Now, and until we get to around 4 inches till the end of this line, because again, we are going to crochet to make that little flare with the crocheting. It goes pretty easy. And it's, again, if you do not crochet, you can obviously use the thread to close those two sides right there. But that's it. It's all done. So now I do have a little tail at the end of my work that I need to close so I don't have to deal with it and it looks right away organized. So I just simply poke my project with the crochet hook and thread the whole thread right into the inside of the chicken. So now let's take care of the second thread, and I'm going to do it again. Pull it with my crochet hook through the center, and then go over the chain that we just created by closing the sides, and go back to the bottom. That's it. Leave it for now. Okay, so now it is time, and you can actually see right now that there is a slight little profile being created. So now we are on a mission of creating the comb. The way I do it is, it's again, I do not know the proper names, but I start with the single crochet, obviously in a red color, and then I go to the double and triple crochet, and I just go one of each, and then I end each cluster with the single crochet. So I'm just actually on a mission here to create three bulks of those patterns. So that means single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, and then we move on to a second and a third one. So I mean, I do not know. I hope you know what I'm talking about, but it's again, it's up to you how you're going to finish. But you do know how the comb looks. I wish I knew the proper names for it, but it's again, it's three clusters of three different crochet stitches that make the comb go higher, and then in order for it to go a little bit lower, you just go with the single crochet. You just sort of calm everything down, and the same story as with the other one. Look at that fancy comb. The same story as with the other one, you do want to hide the ends right away. So I just simply thread them right through the comb, because I do not want this to stick out later out of the black yarn. So that's it. I'm going to cut the end out of it off, and now it's time to shape our rooster. But we're going to work on it towards the end. But you know what? In the meantime, I'm super anxious to work on their face. I decided to use like very light grayish pinkish yarn that I did have in my crumbled up pile, and of course, as you can see, is I threaded it double, and all what I'm doing is just creating the loops that for the eyes that are going to be super easy to adjust as their own. This is just simple draft, and I think it's not looking that bad, just because I do have two. Now let's see if I need to adjust anything when I'm going to make the mouth or the beak. So now I took a yellow yarn, and this time I'm going with the same kind of way, sideways, and I'm repeating it 2 or 3 times, so I do have a little bit more volume to it. And of course, as you do this, you got to make sure that you do pull all the strings at the same time, so you don't have to deal with the extra loops. And when you are satisfied with the shape of it, all what I always do is just put the rest of it right into my project and then cut at the end, and then the end is just simply lost someplace inside. Okay, so now it's all done. Time to secure all this. So by doing so, I'm just simply going to pull the string on the bottom, that it's actually going to create that little indentation and secure it right at the with the thread on the bottom, and that's it. The chicken is actually done. I may actually go back and make some maybe some beads for his eyes. Do not know, but this is how it looks right now. Here is that same chicken with the white one I made. I absolutely love this project, and I know the more I've been making, the more they're going to look different. So it's again, thanks for watching, and I so hope I inspired you to make one of those projects for yourself. Bye.